Alright guys, it has been a hot minute since I posted a video. I don't think I'll be getting back to regular uploads soon, but I just had enough store credit at my local game store to grab one of their last few remaining Final Fantasy gift bundles. This does come, of course, with a collector's pack, so my hope is we get something nice out of that one. So just enjoy the pulls as we go along today. There are 9 play boosters in here as well too. I believe we also have 2 traditional foil extended art legends. I think Vivi is the card that you want to pull the most out of those 2 extended foils because you cannot get it anywhere else, just like all of the extended foil rares and mythic rares. But a cool little insert here with Bahamut from Final Fantasy 16. I absolutely love that game. I've been playing Final Fantasy since I was, 7 years old. It is my favorite franchise in gaming. Absolutely love it. I still play it to this day. Turn-based RPGs have my heart. So I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not a massive fan of this set. I don't like what the game has become. I don't like seeing what's happening to the market, and the Pokemonification of Magic is just kind of disgusting to me. We're seeing it in real time with scalpers and product being sold for stupid prices. I'm pretty vehemently against it. I told a lot of my friends I wouldn't be buying any of this product. Thankfully, that's still true because I didn't pay for this. I had store credit. I just wanted to take one stab at one single collector booster and see what I could get. I hope you guys understand why I don't like the product. I'll play with the cards in Arena, but as far as buying the product itself, guys, come on. What are we doing? We're actually turning Magic into Pokemon, and I hate it. This was a game I enjoyed playing. Cards were relatively easy to find, typically not overpriced, but ever since collector boosters made their way into the market in 2021, the Zendikar Rising, the writing was kind of on the wall. I was a part of the group of people that bought that product. I've bought many collector booster boxes over my time as a collector and player, and I won't do it anymore. I just don't see the value in it, and I think that we should be a little more careful with how we spend our money. So with that being said, I've got a collector booster over here. I think the extended rares are going to be here as well too. It looks like there's some tokens. I actually don't know what that is, so we'll keep that off to the side. That'll taunt us for the rest of the video. So we've got the play boosters here first. I'm pretty familiar with the set as to what is a good card to pull. So if I see something that I know is value, I'll let you guys know. Or if it's just a good card that's popular right now in a format, I'll let you know as well too. But I'm not going to give a huge commentary on the cards themselves. First up, we got a Genova, Ancient Calamity, non-foil. Ooh, 2 rare pack, nice. Furion, Wild Rose Warrior. There's a lock from FF6. Oh, Prompto taking a picture. See, that's one of my favorite moments from FF15, or the photos that you would get when you'd rest at camp for the night. And if you've played FF15, you know there's a moment where you get to take a look at your photos from your journey. And if you know what I'm talking about, I'm sure it hit you in the feels too. But yeah, Final Fantasy is incredible. It is one of my favorite gaming franchises of all time. I'll probably play it until I'm an old man, which is such a strange thing to say. But that's just the truth. I love it. We're on to pack number 2 here. I don't think we got anything spicy there. Furion and Genova, I believe, are under $1. So, nothing too crazy. These feel like Japanese cards to me, too, so I would imagine since they're in bundles, they came from Japan. I got a token here. Going Gaga. Garnet. Hold on, is Genova foil? No, Genova's not foil. Alright. Oh, Ancient Adamantoise. And this is also from Final Fantasy 15. This thing was nasty in the game. If I remember correctly, it was a fight that would take, what was it, like 12 hours, 13 hours? They did find a way, or there was a mechanic introduced later in the Royal Edition, I believe, where you could kill it in one hit, but it took some work. But yeah, cool to see these cards. Circle of Power, there's Ash from FF12. If you're watching this too, let me know your favorite Final Fantasy game in the comments. I'm gonna say mine, and I don't know if it's the best Final Fantasy, but it's one that I hold near and dear. So just to give you a bit of a backstory, the first one I ever played was Final Fantasy VII on PS1. I was of that generation where that was the hot thing. I went over to one of my friend's house as a kid and we would play it on PlayStation together. He'd wait for me to come back over so we could beat it. It was an incredible game and I loved it. But I'm going to get a lot of hate for my personal favorite, so strap in. I absolutely love Final Fantasy 13. I don't care what anyone says. I love the combat system. I love the story. The game is visually incredible, and people can hate me all they want for it. The whole analysis of the game saying it's just walking in a straight line is so stupid to me. It's great, and I absolutely adore that game. So we got Dion for our rare here. Ooh, we got another one. We got Kane. Again, I don't think these are anything special. I don't think those are over $1, and if they are, they're probably just because the prices are inflated right now. But, yeah. Ambrosia. Nice. Also like 16. I understand it's not turn-based, but it's still very much Final Fantasy to me, and one of the best stories I have gotten to be a part of within the Final Fantasy series, so I absolutely love it. But we got 1, 2, 3, we got 6 left. Alright. So we got 1 mythic and 4 rares out of 3 packs. No complaints there. Very happy with that. I think we got an art card in this one. I heard these are going away, which I don't blame them. Don't really care for them myself. Never have. Let's see. Just a land. White Mage's Staff for our foil. So I guess I'm understanding now that foil slot can be a rare as well. We got Jadur, Aristocratic Capital, and that is from FF6. That is a game I'd actually like to go back and play. Played it briefly on an SNES emulator. Of course, I paid for the game. You know, I didn't play it illegally. I would never do that. But we got a borderless here. We got Omega, Heartless Evolution. So that's pretty sweet. That's a uncommon, so we'll put that right there. Side quest, play Blitzball. Barrett. I know some people were upset that he was an uncommon in this set, but you know, there's only so many rare and mythic rare slots, so what do you do when there's like over 100 characters within Final Fantasy as party members? Not much you can do. But yeah, nothing too crazy so far. I haven't seen any of the Through the Ages cards, so I don't know what the percentage rate is like on those, and I know bundles are random anyways, so it's not like you get a guaranteed hit rate of anything. But normally I've done pretty well on bundles in the past, so I'm sure we'll get something spicy. There's a full art land, which is really nice. Put that right there. Got a foil, just a common. All right, we got Jekt from FF10. We got Crystal Fragments as a borderless. FF9. Speaking of FF9, there's Garnet again. Pretty mid. So again, I didn't pay for this. I had store credit from a bunch of bulk that I've traded in over the past few months, so I don't really feel like I paid for this. I would be pretty upset so far if this was all that I had gotten from 120 bucks. I know this pack here is going to be the real money maker, if you will, and it's really sad that that's how we look at this product, but I still absolutely love Magic. It's an incredible game. I think some of the changes they made with the ban list and Standard yesterday were incredible. It destroyed pretty much every single top deck in the meta, and I'm so happy about that because I just popped back in after not playing for a few months. There's our foil. Ooh, okay. We got Hugo Kupka. This is Bruce Tarl, Boorish Herder. I hate the text on these cards, guys. I'm not going to lie. These look so bad. They look so bad. Everyone says they look like proxies, and I couldn't agree more. It's just, I'm not a fan. Looks awful. Set that off to the side there. Got Starting Town. This is a good card. I like this. I like this one a lot. It's like, we have... God, I can't think of the card name. It's from the first Theros set. Mana Confluence, that's it. Yeah, it's like we have Mana Confluence at home. Good card, though. Diamond Weapon, I keep seeing that on Arena 2. Pretty powerful for what it does, and it's an uncommon, which is wild. But power level seems to have gone up. I'm curious to see what Wizards does with cards as a whole within their sets, knowing that Standard is a 3-year pool. I believe they said they're going to dial down 1-drops and 2-drops, which makes sense after what we just saw with mono red, and Is It Prowess being mostly 1-drops and 2-drops, and those two decks just dominating standard, and some of the cards within those decks finding their way into other formats. So that says a lot about the current power of the game, and I'd like to see that change. I have been an arena gamer and had a pretty high ranking in the past. I was a numbered mythic player at one point, so I played the game pretty heavily, got a good understanding of it, and I will tell you, I think standard has been pretty piss poor for the past few months. So got 2 foils in this one. I hope that's not it. Hey, Yuna, let's go. All right, sweet. So no borderless cards. I know you can get those in, no, never mind. I've got some no borderless rares or mythics, I should say. But yeah, Yuna, that's a good one. I think that's like 10 to 20 bucks. I'll have to look it up. Toneberry. Titus. So whenever an artifact you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on Titus. Nice. When he attacks, tap target creature and opponent controls. Pretty decent if you're doing Pop or Commander, I suppose. Torgal, a fine hound. Torgal. He's the best boy. I loved him in FF16. So whenever you cast your first human creature spell each turn, that creature enters with an additional +1 counter on it for each dog and or wolf you control, and generates mana. That's pretty sweet. So as a commander, it ramps, which is really nice. It doesn't do much, synergistically. I guess you'd have to have humans in there to benefit from it, but it's just counters. There's better commanders for that. But again, for Popper, could be cool. But as a one-of in a deck that has either humans or wolves, I could see that being pretty important. So Magic Pot. I think we're to the commons now. This gives me Kingdom Hearts vibes. I know Lulu's in the background, but either way, still how I feel. This is my favorite FF15 card that I've seen so far. Magitech Infantry. Sabo Tender. Alright, so we got 2 left. Yeah, 2 packs left. Fingers crossed for something spicy. A nice borderless Sephiroth would make my day, that's for sure. These hero tokens are so cool. I think they're the only tokens in the set, if I remember correctly. I've played a little bit on Arena with some of these cards, and I think that's it. I could be wrong, but I love this FF1 Mountain. Looks pretty sweet. Adalbert Steiner from FF9. So again, a pretty middling commander that doesn't do too much, but could be great on Arena. I've started putting together a white legendary / life gain deck for when Edge of Eternities comes out. So I'm curious to see what that deck plays like when I get a chance to do it. So we got the Wind Crystal. I'll have to check that one. I imagine that's not worth that much either. Summon Fat Chocobo. All right. But yeah, nothing too crazy so far. Like I said, I think that unit is maybe 20 bucks, but got our last play booster coming up. All right, I am curious, how do you guys pronounce this? Because for over 30 years of my life as someone who is self-proclaimed at reading very well, I have pronounced this Gishel Greens, and it's not. It's Gysahl, so I imagine Gisal Greens, I don't know. Never took the time to actually read it back in the day. Shame on me as a young dumb kid, I guess. Last play booster, here we go. Last pack, magic. Yeah, I hope I get a chance to start uploading videos more frequently because I always enjoyed doing that on the channel here. Another art card, lame. What do we have? Elixir. That's the other thing too. Some of these cards just don't make sense linearly in comparison to what the spell or the item does in the game, but it's Magic versus a turn-based RPG. I get it. If only somebody would make a turn-based RPG card game, that would be sweet. Maybe I've worked on one, who knows. Joshua, Phoenix is dominant. I love this card. I'm putting together a Boreas life gain / burn deck, and he is in it. Gonna try that on the standard ladder, and maybe I'll capture some gameplay. I just need one more mythic wild card that I hope to get today. But there's Joshua. Vanille, and Vanille transforms, if I remember correctly. Or melds, is that what it is? Yeah, I think it's meld. Yeah. Cargo ship. But yeah, I've got none of the Through the Ages cards. That's kind of wild. None whatsoever. Dang. But all right, we've got... Let's move on. So we're going to save the collector booster for last. Let's put this right there. Oh, I did get one. I'm sorry. We got one Through the Ages. My bad. I think these are just the full art lands, so I'm not going to open those. Those will just stay right there. Oh, brother. We got Aerith the Last Ancient. So I would have to assume Aerith being one of the waifus in a foil extended rare, this is probably worth some money. Give me just a second. I'm going to go grab my keyboard because I need to plug it into my computer to look up prices. Alright, so I'm back. Taking a look here. The foil extended arts have a price multiplier just due to the rarity of the cards themselves only being found in bundles or gift bundles. So Aerith the Last Ancient is $20 versus $3 for the non-foil version of the extended art. So not bad, we'll take that. So I do want to check one more thing. We'll set those off to the side. I want to check Yuna. Hope of Spira. Yeah, $11, not bad. So $30 right there for those two. But let's sleeve up Aerith here. But I'm gonna keep this other card hidden. So we'll do this. Set it down right there. Aerith is a nice little hit. So 2 mana of any color, green and white. Aerith has lifelink. She is a 3/5. She has an ability called Raise. At the beginning of your end step, if you gain life this turn, return target creature from your graveyard to your hand. If you gain 7 or more life this turn, return that card to the battlefield instead. Not bad. I like that. So I'll set that right there. We're going to reveal the next one. Everybody hope for a VV. Extended Art Foil VV. Let's go. Now we got Waka, Devoted Guardian. Boo! But let's see what he's worth. Waka, Devoted Guardian, Extended Art. $1.13 for the non-foil, so I imagine once we do foil, it's probably going to be $10 if I had to guess. $6.50. Yeah, it's just kind of meh. But whatever, you know, that's not what we're here for. Those are a part of where you can make some money in this set, but not in this set, in this bundle. Waka, Devoted Guardian is 2 mana of any color. Green-white, just like Aerith. Has reach and trample. Whenever he deals combat damage to a player, destroy up to 1 target artifact that player controls. Put a +1/+1 counter on Waka. That's pretty cool. Second ability called Blitzball Captain. Says at the beginning of your end step, if a counter was put on Waka this turn, put a +1 counter on each other creature you control. That's nuts. Not gonna lie. This is a cool commander. He's got artifact removal, pumps himself up, and the board. Sick. I like that. That's actually sweet. Alright, so got some Selesnya stuff going on there. These are just the foil borderless lands, and honestly, these look good. These aren't the typical foil that I'm used to seeing. They're actually clear and vivid. FF15, love to see it. But yeah, lands are pretty sweet. We take those. We take those. Oh, wastes. I feel like FF16 got the most love in terms of flavor. If you've seen Ultima, who can turn any land into a waste, it's pretty cool. So now for the main event. Hope you guys are ready. I know I am. Let's get into this pack. It is crazy to me what these are selling for. So if we go here... Let's see. A collector booster pack is selling for $101 now. That is absolutely mad to me. Absolutely crazy. So I'm going to go back to the list here before we open this. I've got cards from most expensive to least expensive. And I just want to keep this up on the screen in case I get something hot that I just know right away. Again, I know what most of the chase cards are. You're looking at your Surge Foil main characters and waifus, obviously the Chocobos. I'm not even expecting to get one, but if I did, it would be really cool. And I hate opening these packs, but what do you do? Alright, this could be a life-changing pack, people. I'm not expecting it to be. If I remember correctly, the Chocobo slot is right after the token. Wish me luck. Here we go. Thanks for being a part of the journey. Okay, so that is Hope Esteem, Borderless Foil, Non-Surge. Cool card. One white, one blue. He's a 2/2, has lifelink. At the beginning of your instep, each opponent mills X cards, where X is the amount of life you gain this turn. That's kind of nasty. Cheap commander, life gain, and mill. Let's go. I actually really like that. I like that a lot. Alright, so Through the Ages, Vanadil Adventurers, that's just Lab Man with a proxy skin, but whatever. Alright, so this is one of the commander cards. This is Summon Good King Mog 12. So for my FF14 players, you'll know this one. That's pretty sweet. I like that. I don't know where the Surge Foil slot is in this pack either. But Memories Returning. Is this a borderless version? That looks pretty sweet. I like that. We got the Warring Triad. It's also a commander card. I'm just trying to think if I want to do this. Not much room here. Keep commanders down here. Commander cards, I should say. And then, actually, let's do this. I can go right there. And then commander stuff here. But Ishtolo Rule, if anything, this card's like $10, I imagine. I know it's Ishtolo, but it's not the chase, so not a big deal. Put that right there. Foil Swamp. Ooh, Phang, Fearless, let's see. And that is not Surge Foil either. Actually, guys, give me a second. I'm gonna turn up the brightness on my light. Yeah, that is not Surge. Not a problem. Put that over here. Secret Rendezvous. Torgal Foil. Ultros. Tonberry. Ice Flan. Shinra. Yeah, don't buy this product, guys. Like, this is the point. Like, what are you guys doing? You're spending $100 on these packs. I understand the chase. There's not a single mythic in there. Oh, I'm sorry, one. Ishtolo Rule. Let's look at the price on that. For foil, I guess like $10. It's $5.75 for the regular. That's $5 for the foil too. Like, this is so dumb. I don't get why people are paying for this. This is the whole reason I did this. It cost me nothing. I got $5 there. What, $10 there? Not even gonna look at Adamantoise. It's not worth anything. $20, $7, not even 50. What's Hope worth? So for foil, let's see, $381. So guys, what are you doing? I can't believe you were out there spending hundreds of dollars, if not thousands, to open collector booster packs. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Reassess your life, reassess your finances, and ask yourself what you're doing, because it's not worth it. Thanks for checking out the video. See you guys.